So I haven't done this in a while, and I appreciate all you have that have left comments, and I apologize to everybody that has left comments and I haven't replied. I know I'm gonna reply to you guys, but my apologies for lagging it. As you know, I was doing screen printing videos, and of course I'm gonna do them again because I'm not gonna quit on those. But now I'm in a different place. I don't know. Some of you might have caught like other videos where I was talking about like love yourself. I'll probably upload them again. I had taken them down because it's not because I was ashamed of who I was. It's never that, but just somebody thought that I was talking about them, and then they're giving me some shit about keeping it up, and I took it down, because I don't like arguments and stuff. But now time has passed, so I'm probably upload them again, so you guys could really see about because what I talk about, I really mean it, and it's who I was. But I know some of you are going through that, and some of you probably will go through that. It just depends on your age. Right now, I'm 32 years old, and let me just tell you the story of what happened. It's nothing new. Like, it's just that life sometimes is gonna hit you real hard. Like, when you least expect it, everything's gonna go wrong. And it might not happen to all of you. I know it'll probably happen like mild. Maybe it'll get worse than how it happened to me. But okay, what we're gonna talk about today, it's about failure. Okay, it's title it failure. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with failing. So let me tell you the story of what happened. So as you some of you could see from the past video, I was showing you guys around my shop and how cool it looked, and like whatever. I'll link it right here on the bottom of the video, but you check it some other time. So I had a cool shop where I moved to the city of Pomona, and because I had a girlfriend that was like, "You deserve better." Of course I do, and I believed her. So I was doing real good in business, and I was able to somehow afford it and move out and get away from who I was, right? So what happened? I moved to Pomona. I had a nice shop, put my 2 machines up there, and then I could afford paying overhead to be in somewhere where it's nicer. But I moved over there because it was real nice and it didn't cost as much. But I moved away from my family, from my friends. But I wasn't a better person. I didn't do the math of what it really took to take such a responsibility, especially by myself, because too ill clothing, the stuff that I do, that I started, it couldn't be shit without everybody that put energy into it, or that have put energy. People that I started with, that I went out of my way to help, and I might have helped them more than they helped me. The history, everything, like the good and the bad, it wouldn't make me who I am today, which is stronger, of course, but it doesn't make me any better than who I was before. Who you are now you always gotta know where you come from, basically, right? So what happened was, I was doing well, and then I was like, I'm gonna change it up. Like, I was selling real good online, and then I was like, I'm gonna go to shops to go sell. But that was after I had been in a relationship that took me away to over there, and it didn't work out because she was taking me away from my work. And me, I know myself, and I know what I need to do, and I gotta focus on what's important, And she was taking me away from my work, but the thing about it is that she's important too. She deserves better than me wanting to be at work and making work a priority, So I wish, I hope that she finds that, because I couldn't give that to her, and that's the thing about it. Like, it's always taking responsibility for everything, for things that go good and things that go bad, So, I started doing bad, like breaking up with somebody. It makes you feel like shit, and you feel like, damn, like all this time, I guess, like wasted, and you feel like depressed, and you don't feel like working, and you feel lost, and you feel like a failure because you take responsibility over that, right? And I felt like shit, and I started doing bad. I started living like in my shop because I had nowhere else to live, right? And I wasn't working as hard because I was still thinking about her, and I was thinking about, damn, like I'm messing up bad. Like, I could barely afford to stay right here. I shouldn't have moved. All this and that, right? So of course, what I try to do is try a different approach. I started going to sell to stores, and it worked out, but it wasn't the smartest thing, because I was going out of my way to go sell to stores, and I was giving them a deal, and I went about it the wrong way of doing it. But I learned from that because I failed. I was making good money, but all that money was going to paying what I had to pay, like my car payment, and just doing it by myself. That shit is not fun. Running a business by yourself, it's not fun, especially because you start something because it's fun, and you're doing it with someone, and you have somebody to talk to and somebody to work with. That's fun. Doing it by yourself, that shit is not fun. It's not living life with a purpose. Of course, you could make a job for yourself and you can make money and pay what you gotta pay, but when you do it by yourself, you're limiting yourself and what it could be, the potential. So I felt that I ended up owing like a couple months on the rent, and then my car payment, I owe like a couple months on that. And I'm sure the car people, they were calling me every goddamn day, and I was like not answering it because when you're failing, you try to avoid the failure, but it's there. It gets bigger and bigger. The more you try to avoid it, the bigger it gets, and the more depressed that you get. And what happened was, I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I failed. Like, I was scared that the lease, I still owed, like, I had just started again. I owed like 9 months. So I ended up letting my landlord know, hey, I appreciate you give me the opportunity, and I love this place. That's why I hate to let it go. I can't pay it, and they already knew I couldn't because I already owed 2 months. So they were like, it's okay, we'll cut it. Just pay us what you owe us, and we won't charge you. We'll break the lease. I don't have to pay. I just owe what I owed him. And I was like, give me another month because I'll move out within the month. So I ended up like staying there like another month and a half. So I owed him 4 months. And I tried to avoid the failure. But the failure, it hit me. It hit me real hard. I felt like a failure. Like failure, that was like one of the biggest failures, along with, losing a relationship that I had for 6 years. Like, I know if you guys have heard it before, where it's like life is gonna hit you real hard, and you're gonna fall, and you're not gonna be able to get up for a while. That's what happened to me. I let failure take its place, and I became that failure. And I was like, I'm a failure. I accept you, failure. And then what happened? I lost my energy, and I fell down. I didn't faint, but my head fell on the table, and I was just looking at my shop, and I was like, what the hell happened? And I couldn't get up, and I was crying, and I couldn't get up. That failure that life brought upon me, that I brought upon myself, it knocked me out. I was awake, but I couldn't lift my head. So yeah, that's what the video is about. It's about me failing and life kicking my ass, and me not being able to get up. But then, right after that happened, I started feeling free. I felt like a burden was lifted up off me. Of course, with the failed relationship, a burden lifted up off me. Like the arguing, the me not being good enough, me not being able to give that person the love that they deserve. It made me grow. And I knew that something better was there out there for me. So I had to go back to where I started, to a smaller shop, to not as beautiful place. But I didn't have that big burden that was kicking my ass over and over, me running from it, trying to figure it out and not being able to. I was a failure, or I've been a failure. And the thing about it is that I accept failure now, because it sets me free. It makes me stronger. It makes me happier. Because I grow from that. I get stronger. New opportunities come. You gotta learn from the failure. The things that kick your ass, the things that knock you out, you gotta take those in, because they're there for a reason. And cherish those failures and overcome them. So what I did, I moved back to where I started, and I ended up getting a job at a screen print shop here in Long Beach. I went to Craigslist, and I was like, I'm gonna find a job. Hopefully I could learn how to use automatics I know how to screen print. Probably learn something new. And I did that. And I worked there for a good 4 months. And it helped me pay the debt of the rent that I owed for 4 months. And I'm still paying it. I'm going to be paying it probably till January or March. I have to do the math again, but that will pass. And I'll be able to use that money to do stuff that will help me invest onto future things, that are important. But that is called a setback. But I gotta build momentum again and get ready for the comeback. I have many more ideas and dreams, but without that process, without that failure, without that learning, I couldn't be greater than who I was. Yeah, I started Ubering too, I was Ubering all day, every day. Just working all day, every day just to catch up. I ended up catching up on my car payments, my insurance. Paying a little bit of debt down. I still have some of it, but it's about seeing what do you want to do with your life, like what's important. I started reading books crazy. I was reading books when I lost my shop, but I'm reading more than ever right now. I'm working way less and I'm reading way more, and it's making me realize more things. It's helping me connect the dots about what life is, how to think, how to build a system that's gonna help me be more happy. It's about learning, That's one of the, if I wouldn't have learned from my mistakes or learned on how I could be better, I would never get there. So yeah, like I said, it's alright to fail. You have to fail. But you gotta get back up and try it all over again. Don't be a quitter. 'Cause quitters get nowhere. You could be a failure all day, every day. I still fail. But I'm not a quitter. I'm gonna keep on going. Keep on going. That's all you could do. Keep on learning. Keep on striving to be better. And build something, Build something that's gonna work for you. I could talk all day about learning and failing and trying again, but I just wanted to do a video to tell you my story about my failure and how, I overcame that. And I don't know, I don't really know what to say, because when I started this video, I wasn't really inspired to talk about my failure, but our struggles and who we are, that's what's important. It's not about, oh, I have this, look, I have this new shirt. Yeah, you have that cool shirt, but how, what's the story? What's your story? What did you have to overcome? Where do you come from? Who are you? That comes from those failures and life's process, and you growing and learning and trying again. Without all that, you wouldn't be you. So, I apologize again for leaving some of you hanging. But I'm gonna come back, and it's gonna be better than ever, because I'm better than ever, and I know more than I've ever known before. So therefore, I could give more to you guys, more than I've ever been able to give. You know, so I appreciate all you that subscribed, that watched any video of the past, and I appreciate some of you leaving comments or emailing me that you guys show your videos to your kids, you know, cause that's like real important. I might cuss here and there sometimes, but I appreciate you guys showing your kids these videos about my thoughts, cause I'm here to tell you guys my experiences and help you guys grow, you know, cause that's how I grow. I listen to other people's experiences, and I know that I'm not the only one that fails. Everybody fails. So take ownership of that and be proud of it. Because like I said, without those things, you wouldn't be yourself. You wouldn't have learned from your experiences. And you know, that's what it is. So I'm gonna upload the video, and you guys leave me some feedback on what you guys got out of it, and let me know, where have you guys failed at? Because I told you where I failed at, you know. So again, this is Jabron Rodriguez signing off, telling you to keep it too ill and keep on learning and keep on striving and keep on failing and trying all over again. Alright? Peace.